Hi, welcome to my channel. This is Samuel Dervids, or also known as Samuel Loomis Newly Awakened, is another channel of mine. It is 12:21 p.m. It is Thursday, March 26th, 2020. Now you're going to probably hear me drinking water and different things while I'm doing this process. This is the first healing video. Well, not the first. I've done one during the book video explanations about my vision board and all of that. But this is going to be one that's similar to that, but it will be a little bit different. It's going to be whatever I feel I need to do. I'm going to follow my intuition and feelings, thoughts and feelings and emotions as one. I'm going to be driven by my heart and follow what I feel needs to be expressed and talked about. And I'm going to bring it into more of a focus of letting out all my pains and then focusing on peace. So you might hear a few pain things being mentioned and told, but it's to relax and let it out. Have me breathe here and there maybe, and different things, whatever I feel is needed. Probably a lot of breathing and other things, because that's good for the blood flow and other stuff. At the same time, I'm going to do what I feel I need to do by drinking water and doing other stuff. So here we go. So let me drink some water here. I love you. Thank you. Now, I just told the water I love it and thanked it, and the lid and everything, the bottle. And I'm knowing that it hears me and it feels me and it loves me too. And I can feel a warmth, this warmth coming from me, from my body and the water itself. It's really interesting. So I have an energy that's flowing around me right now and part of me. So this is how this works. So first you focus on getting yourself in a position, a healing position. And I might change my position. Right now, let me get in a better position than I am. And you're not worrying about what's going on, and you're forgiving anybody else's lack of focus on you and energy that's around you, because everybody's energy is creating a feedback to each other, and it's affecting us for good and bad, even if we don't know what's going on. And so we're letting out all the pains that we've taken in, or that others have thrown at us that they didn't even know they were, or that we took without knowing we were taking them. So empaths do that, but we can also let it out in the world so that everybody can feel that pain and then heal it purposely. But there's so much pain that others are trying to unload on empaths right now and all over, and a lot of us empaths are just taking it all in. And I had to let it out, some of mine out, because it was overwhelming my needs and keeping me dormant from the ascension form process that we all are witnessing and becoming. But I don't want to stop others from either, so I've let it out, but then I've healed it as it was leaving, so that if it went into anybody or went back to anybody, they would start healing from it being let out, is my focus. And then as soon as they think in that pattern as well, it will start working for them. And if they don't, I bless that they do. And I think as if they are. And so focus on that and trust, and then they accept it, you accept it, and then you start to heal now. And so what we can do, and what I'm going to do right now, is kind of my own technique, and that is, I've always said you bless the circumstance from what it is to what it shall be. And that's something Rick Braden brought up, and he learned from Tibetan monks and others about this, in other countries, Tibetan, and he's let it be known to everybody, and it's a really powerful focus. But this is a free focus. So you can do this in your own tailored belief system and shape it into your own individual health, and then you do this with 3 other people is best, but you can still do it with me right now. No matter what time you're listening to this, future, past, present, however it's getting to different individuals, you now are part of me. Now, a lot of people have been feeling headaches, and I've been noticing some pressure in my head too. I think a lot of that is from the 5G connection and the geoengineering and the overwhelming of people's energies that are being hit by waves of energy from the sun and flashes and things that people are talking about right now. And our belief and our thoughts about things can make it happen even though it's not really happening. And so it being brought up is for peace and healing is amazing, but a lot of people are mentioning it, they're noticing it. Well, it's because of the frequencies of government frequencies, alien frequencies, extraterrestrial time frequencies, dimensional frequencies, and all sorts of things. So what we can do is we can just acknowledge those frequencies and say, I love you. It's okay. Heal, 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 heal. I like that word heal because heal is H-E-A-L. Now, H-E-A is humanoid, earthling. Something I just figured out we could make it be. Now, we're EAs is what people want to say, but we're humanoid, right? So we are H-E-As. Now, L is also a language, or you can say it's something else. But if you take the lines out of the L and you just have the dots, you notice the triangle dot connection. So the healing frequencies that we're all connected to, that even aliens are trying to connect us with. And I'm looking at an L right now on my wall that someone put, almost as if they knew I would get to this point and bring it up. And that's why I now know it's there. Whoever left it there, thank you. Even if you did it accidentally, you actually did it purposely. It helped me see what needed to be said. It was a dot wave form. And I'm also seeing a trans frequency and transistor frequency showing. And I'm seeing what I've seen. I'm in theta state right now. I can tell because I'm looking at the wall and I can see the yellow power the theta state gives you. So that I've done with meditation things, and I didn't even do one. So yeah, this energy in our world is strong right now. We're feeling it. I'm feeling it. You're feeling it. You're going to feel it in your future current circumstance that you're in. You're going to feel it more just by listening to this because I'm bringing it up. It goes throughout time and space. Wow. So there is a connection there. The energy is there. The yellow is there. And I'm being shown all these different forms of transparency of it. And it's opening up wavelengths and frequencies for me to see them. And that's really cool. So I'm seeing the golden grid or the yellow grid or whatever you want it is what I've seen. The inner form of my energies and my eyes and everything. So that's really cool. So now you can visualize if you desire to, and close your eyes if you want, or you can keep them open, whatever you feel. If you keep them open, I would recommend to focus on a particular desired focuses of things, such as focus on your vision board and other things. You're going to start seeing that there are certain things that might be out of place. You can go and you can correct it later if it's bugging you right now, which something is bugging me right now. You can you can get up out of your position for a little bit and you can correct what it is you feel is needed. OCD doesn't matter, okay? It is you're noticing you want to have a peaceful environment and focus, and lack of directional focus can get you out of your focus. So you gotta, even if it's silly, you gotta straighten up things if you feel you need to, and don't worry about those things. Focus on something else that you really want to focus on, the things you really desire in your heart and your focus, and know that those things are already happened. So here we go. I bless my circumstance of my desired reality, the car, the funds, everything, resources, now the new full body massage chair idea of having, or even something even better than that, whatever is the universe knows will work the best for better than I have ever imagined will be in my life now. I bless it into being. I bless it into being. I am grateful for what has been in my life that is similar, like my bed, massage bed, my life of experiences being drawn to the vibe pen and other things that are similar, and other things that were massage type things in my life that I've had, a massage I've had before, and the people that have been able to provide that to me, and all the funds that I've been able to have. Now I have more than enough to have the new form, and I'm grateful for what I had that brought me to where I am. So I know what really is important and matters. So I thank the experiences and I bless them. I don't judge them. I'm not worried about them. I bless them and I thank them. And I don't doubt or worry or concern. If any doubt I have, I forgive myself and I forgive all those who doubt or worry. It is now okay and we're all healed and blessed. I bless that circumstance now that I am now in the home of my desired life. I'm in the place, the shelter that I've always wanted. And all that listen and wish for this too, they have their own shelter and their own hopes and their own shelters, vehicles, transportation. We all have that now. It's already our life already. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bless you, bless you, bless you. Now. I bless and I focus on the desired awareness of those who have harmed me, those who I have felt have harmed me, those who have come at me, even if their intentions weren't to harm but to direct me. I bless all of those that have done all of those things that have led me to what I know is important now, so that I understand what it is I require now and what I know they may be lacking for doing what they chose to do. And I bless them and their families and their beings and their species and their reasonings to be blessed so that they no longer have to do those things to me, and that now we are all healed. I bless them and I thank them for all that they've done so that I can bless them in this way. And now they are blessed and I am blessed to have that which we all require individually. And now we are all blessed collectively and universally, metaphysically, spiritually, beyond all time, dimensions, multi-dimensions, multi-universes, parallel universes, and beyond. Realities and all forms. And then you can add what you feel you want to add to that as well, and that works for you, that fits with your direction of awareness, of whether you're in a matrix, whether you're in a spiritual realm or whatever. You now can create the realm or be in the realm that is best fitted for you, and we all can for us, regardless of the differences that we may have about what our perfect realm will be. We'll be in our own individual perfect realms, and we blessed each other to have that happiness for each other. And we're not defining what that happiness is or whether anyone deserves it or doesn't. We all deserve from our hearts to each other. We're all equal. We're all okay. We're all blessed. And we forgive any lack of belief in that has been told to us or has been put upon us by other forms of us, and we bless them as well, so that now they can be helped and blessed and freed and not be hurt or left. And when the time is at hand that they end up being with us, we can hug and be there for one another safely, without fear of disease or without fear of harm. And we can forgive each other for the lack we had for each other or misconceptions or thoughts or beliefs that we have that we realized were not as unconditional as this is now. So we are now blessed with whatever it is we require it to be. Even if we're on the wrong path, we are now on the right one, and we are now complete. We've completed it. It's already happened. It's already been done. Now. Already happened, already happened, already happened. Already done, already done, already done. Now. We are blessed. We are blessed. We are blessed. Now we bless the witnesses from our hearts to theirs, no matter what they witnessed or felt they witnessed or how they took it. No judgments in all three areas. No worries or concerns. Any worries and concerns we bless, and we can do this over and over until it's healed and until we cry in our hearts and feel this is real. We bless, we bless, we bless. We care, we care, we care. We thank the water within us, the connection, the water memory that's been in wealthy people, healthy people, and happiness people. And we focus on those vibrations of what fits for our happiness, what we feel will make us happy and desire for happiness in. And it will be way better than we ever thought. It always is. More amazing and more harmonious and more peaceful. It's a special present to us. We are getting a beautiful present in the present time. We have a present in the present, and the present is a miracle. And it's miracles beyond miracles, an unlimited form of miracles. And our soulmates and everything are now perfect for all of us. For all of us that have and hope for and desire one, we have that which we have always hoped for. And now it already has happened, and we are all good. We bless that, and the witness is in us as a witness. And all three areas, for all that cause the circumstance in the second area, even ourselves, we bless all of them, and they're to now be our full self. We bless any pains that we're feeling right now in our stomach, in our bodies, in our livers, in our hearts, in our organs, in our bones, and our nerves. We bless it, we bless it, we touch it with our hearts, with our hands, and we massage and we say, be healed, 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 be healed. We are now healed. We are now blessed. We are now that which we have hoped for. The next focus, talk about what your life is now. What your life is now that you have that which you have always hoped for. What is that life like? What is it that you and I have dreamed of? What is it we're wanting? So I'm going to do that myself, and I'm going to do that in this message of focus. Also, I bless in Jesus' name and Metatron's name and all names of deities that I know or feel exist and that really do exist, that I may or may not know exist, in peace and love and healing. I invite you all in, and you've been here as I blessed, and always have been. And now I invite it in my space and all those that ask for it and listen right now. Our guardian angels, guardian spirits, guardian animals, spirit animals, whatever form of belief and focus and beings exist, they're all invited. Our spirit plants, our spirit reality, spirit everything, all the elements that are good and that are needed for us right now for our healing and blessing are all here. No matter what form of being they are, that are good and helpful and needed and required to provide us peace and healing and creation direction. and it already is now, already happened. So what is that life like? The life I see and have seen is this. The girl that I have met is amazing. Me and her came together. We met each other at the store, or whatever form on the way to that store or direction of life. We found out that we've been near each other. She seemed to be near me all the time, somehow drawing closer and closer to me, and we meet on the same area of my new home. She happens to have her own home nearby or in the right place for both of us to have our homes in, that fit us the most and the best. I go to hers, she goes to mine, and we enjoy it. We go on walks, we go to the park, we go to places, and we're together. We follow respect to the world, the way the world is aware of, but we are all amazing, we're all powerful, and we're all just awesome. We are becoming more ascended forms, and we're becoming more ascended beings. We are those beings, if that is what we are. Whatever is defined and whatever we wonder will now already be known, and it is amazing how known it is. The world is at peace. Everybody is loving one another and teaching one another, and we all have amazing abilities and amazing responses to one another from our hearts to each other's. We can manifest whatever we ask for just by saying it exists, just by focusing it, and it's way easier than what we've had to deal with before. And it's so effortless, and it's so amazingly heartfelt. And I see the fullness of being now. The house that I have has a fountain in front. It is a beautiful fountain. And I care about it. And I have people that help maintain that fountain. Sometimes I've thrown pennies in, or others have, and change in and different things for wishes. And all those wishes have always come true. And whenever we clean those coins out, we bless them and thank them and bless those wishes into being, and respect those wishes. And so those are amazing wishes that happen, that people come by, that visit, that have done and have chosen to do. And then we hold on to all those chains and all those things, and we use that chains to donate to the world, to people, not to ourselves. But we use that money that goes into that fountain for others. And because those are wishes of others. And so we want those wishes to come true. So we hold on to all that money that everybody puts in, and then we contribute it to bless other people that really need it and require it within any money systems that still may be, or just so that we can then be there for those individuals, to bless those manifested desires into being for all lifetimes. When there was a financial time, we bless to the past, present, and future into being. And that is just amazing for all realms, all planets, all ways of realities. And that is how that works. The next form of acceptance or awareness is me and my soulmate met. She was so cool when we met. Basically, we met just magically. It just was pretty cool. We met in the stores. She came to me, saw me, and got her number, and she got mine, and then she followed me to places, because we were drawn. When we first met each other, we weren't planning on this. We touched each other wherever it was. I don't know if it was in the store before that. I think it might have even been before that. But whenever we saw each other, it was like love at first sight. But when we touched each other, we just knew. We were drawn to each other when we first saw each other. But then we never knew that we were drawn to each other until we keep seeing each other again. And she and I then touch because of something I was looking at or doing at the stores or other places. And the first time we touched, whenever that was, we just get drawn to wanting to touch each other more, wanting to be around each other more somehow. Just drawn. She does. And she is my other half, my connected being. And she's meant to be for me. And she's just amazing. And we had dreams about each other when I had my higher self experience in 2017. And to this day, I still remember that form of promise. And she is so beautiful. She's so gorgeous. She's the right body type for me, and I'm the right body type for her. We fit, and we encourage each other to be better. She understands what I've gone through and what situations I've dealt with. She relates and understands things as well, and we've helped heal each other and be there for each other. And she is good to go. She is my equal, and I am hers. We love each other's individual desired dreams. She has many different desires of things. I gave her a white rose for some purpose of reason. Well, rose button that was my mother's button that I got that was originally for a different girl, and then the cubic zirconia diamond that I put in I got from I want to say it was from Gail's Jewelry or something, and that was in the mall a long time ago. And with this actual piece of ring it's just beautiful, that I took out of it, because the ring itself was not even good metal, but the diamond was cubic zirconia, so man-made, but it sparkled. I glued it in with super glue, and I remember putting it in, but I had a dream about doing it. And at the time I was going to engage with this one girl, but I knew it was divinely made and brought to me by whoever divinely asked me and told me to do it. So the button has to deal with a book called Heirloom Brides, and I have that book. And that book is mostly about a family that went in the olden days, and it was what this other girl, where she had to collect 999 buttons that people gave her or that she got as gifts. And then what happened was, by the 1000th button time, I was given the 1000th button, and the 1000th button was provided an amazing purpose for me in life. So I would say, and I would recommend many things for the individuals, that you all matter. Everybody does. And me and her love everybody equally. And we love ourselves equally. And everywhere we go, miracles happen. That's just our focus. That's just what me and her do. And that was what we wanted when we first met each other. And that's how we met each other too. And it was meant to be that way. It was promised. And because we asked it by a higher form, the higher form said we would have that. And so we hold that and know that and see that and feel it, and it's happened. Now, what is really great is, as you do this process, you let out any evil entities, and you sneeze out any evil negative energies so that they can be with their kind and their being, so that they don't have to be part of us anymore. They can now be let go, sneezed out, go to different places, and be free. And so I am now free of that, and I just paused it for a moment and sneezed out that situation. And it was because of my focus is on good, peaceful focus of what I know already is to me. So this girl and I, we meet, and before we meet, we're both wealthy and well off. and we both got everything that we required. I was given approximately 400 million to 8 billion to whatever the universe decided to give. And it was pretty impressive because it was a very good amount, or an equivalent amount, for the time that was provided, that helped me to be able to take care of all the needs that I wanted. But it felt like it felt like $8 billion. At the same time, it was whatever is needed. It might have been even more, to my knowledge. All I know is it was so powerful and so amazing with the funds that were given. Now, what is really amazing about having that, I was able to give funds to help the world and help my family and friends and everybody. The world is now peaceful, it's now amazing, and it's now powerful. Plus, I got more than I ever thought I would get. That's why I'm saying equivalently 400 million to 8 billion, because I don't even remember anymore. Once I got the money, I just did what I needed to do with the money, and I didn't worry about how much was there. I just knew that it was enough. It showed up in my life, and any money I get, I know it's enough for what I'm needing at that time. And then I get more and more and more. And that's what happens in my life, and that's the focus. And the same for you. That's happening to you too. And I see that for you. And I hope that, and I bless that for you, and I know that that is your focus, right? So that's the focus. Now, we all have whatever we feel and say we have. So that is what we have. So the next direction that I realized with this individual is many things started to change, like in the world. Like all the dynamic connections to Disney and other things, all the good parts about Disney stayed, and all the bad parts disappeared. And what happened was Disney now was no longer a satanic form of ideas, and it now is a form of happiness and healing. And the name even has changed into a new form of hope for people. And some people liked the name Disney and some didn't, just because of who it was connected to. But because we are connected to Disney, regardless of what Disney has chosen, that was a lifetime of all of us. We forgive that form of Disney, and it is new form of Disney is what it's about. It's the focus of Disney of healing and creation focusing. It's no longer pedophilia or any evil vibration forms that others projected and focused and noticed, but now it's a form of freedom. And all the movies have been altered and changed to be less of a judgment to it or satanic, and more of a spiritual, connected, equality focus of awareness. And now everybody is okay with the focus and reasoning behind it, and the freedom has been given. And everybody is now what purpose they choose to be, and no one has no judgment for the individual's choices and decisions for them. But they follow their path and their groups and let others follow theirs, and no one's doing anything to harm another form because they know that that would be them harming themselves. And so it's really cool. It's just a whole new focus. But that happened later on. When I first got the funds, it was becoming that way. And it kind of happened really quick, so it kind of molded together. So I don't even remember when the change occurred. It just occurred during this time. And I got so much money, so much funds, and then all of a sudden no longer money was needed, and no longer funds were required. Freedom was provided. And so whatever came first, I don't remember. I just know I appreciate the time I had funds and money that was given to provide the happiness and needs I required. And then I appreciated when there was no requirement of any funds or currency. So it's hard to remember now, because it's not hard. It just doesn't matter anymore. And nothing really matters other than what I feel matters. But at the time, I manifested whatever was required for that life of requirement. And it was easy, it was effortlessly, it was manifested. Others were thinking of it and doing things with me to provide it. Even this video or recording slideshow helped it happen. And from the prayers of the future, past, and present that were with me to make this recording and focus and blessing to be. What was really awesome as well is I was able to receive all that I wanted to receive. And so was this wonderful girl in my life, this lady, this beautiful queen to me, princess queen, just this beautiful goddess that I have in my life. And she is just amazing. And I love her, and I appreciate her, and I care about her. And she loves me and cares about me very similarly. Not that I'm a goddess or a god or anything like that, but she sees me as an equal. We are all equally ascended forms, and we are good. She loves me, and I love her. We also have a form of recognition that we remember when our pains were. And we heal those pains away. Every time we think or feel about them, we go, do you know what? That's blessed. It's okay. We now have this other that we're a part of. We're good. We're doing awesome. And then we focus on the tasks at hand that we know that are important for the realm and the being that we're in at that time. So she was a really great inspiration to me from the get-go. And when we met, we just couldn't not be near each other. When we touched, we remembered and we knew that we were each other and that we were meant to be. We just knew. We had visions that came back to us. We had dreams. We had a date that night knowing it, and we just felt it. And within 3 days, we knew that we were meant for each other, for sure. And we just knew. And we were like, okay, I love you and I forgive you for anything and all things that you and I have done. And we loved each other as equals. And we both had strange ties with family, and we healed those rifts as well. And we were able to prioritize and heal and become better with them and ourselves and have our own new family that we created for ourselves. But we're all about physical touch. We're all about love and happiness and healing focuses. So this is what was really cool, because what happened next was then the feeling was just amazing. I just feel it now. I feel it now. It was so cool. She loved me. I loved her. We still do. We feel even more so than we did then. And that's pretty powerful to feel more so, because that was a powerful time. And it still is. And it's even more powerful now. But we've gotten accustomed to it. And so it's really easy for us. It's not even hard to notice it. It's just amazing. We just keep having more amazing times. And so she and I love going and doing things that we individually both like doing. We both share our hobbies with each other, and we enjoy those hobbies together. She's taught me new things. I've taught her new things, or things that we both have wanted to do or have done before, and we now do again. And it's really cool. So like going to rock climbing walls and things that I have always loved doing. I never really felt like I ever wanted to do the rock climbing. In real life, we prefer doing the rock climbing wall, or I do. And then we've done other things too. And me and her have been getting better at those other things if we decide to. and we learn new things that we never thought we'd ever do. And we're safe when we do all of them. And we don't worry about death because we are forms of beings that can heal really fast. And we do that when we're around each other more. That's why we don't really like not being around each other, but not being around each other doesn't really matter because we still are okay even if we're apart. Ever since we met each other and touched each other, we were like pieces of one piece. And it was like we are now eternally connected. We're not worried, we're not concerned, and we're not worried about our future lifetimes or past lifetimes anymore. They've all been healed now because of our focus of love for each other. And we're now everything we've all wanted to be, and we're now the full focuses and full heartfelt directions of life. We are just amazing beings, and we're no longer scared, worried, or irritated anymore. But that's how these things happen. That's how these focuses occur. That's where we go towards. So what I've witnessed is the weather is now whatever we want the weather to be. And the weather loves us, and the earth loves us. The earth is part of us and always has been, but it's been awakening ever since we first met, me and her. But we always have been in each other's lives and our feelings and memories throughout time, and we just knew we were meant for one another. We just found each other. She actually found me, was drawn to me, and she reached out to me. And I was shy. I did say hi to many different individuals, but when I met her, I wanted to, but then she did it first. And which she usually never ever does or has before, from what she's told me. This was just, she just knew. It was like she became me and I became her. And so it was just weird. And so it just threw us for a loop because we weren't expecting that she would be so, hey, I want you a lot. And I was like, okay, let's do this. But the girl that she was exactly what I was looking for. And the guy that I was exactly what she was looking for. And so we weren't worried about any flaws or failures that we could have been. But we were both slim, both skinny, and were organic vegan lovers and ate those foods. We both were enlightened at the time. We both needed to be enlightened about the foods, and we noticed the impacts and healthiness. She was close to my age, a little bit. We don't even worry about age anymore. And the whole thing is me and her are the same connected age in our eyes. She's beautiful. I'm handsome, I guess, to her, and or however she sees me. And we love each other. We don't worry. We tease each other, and we don't take offense from it either. We know what the other is feeling and why, and we let the other feel that feeling. We let them be them. We don't judge them for that feeling or that response. We understand why they respond the way that they do. The other thing that I noticed is we heal each other the more we're around each other. If things go out of whack, we've corrected that. Now we don't even have any pain. When we first met each other, the pain went away. We had none, and the more we stayed around each other, the more we had no pain. And the more we healed, and the more our bodies changed and became more fit and toned and healthy. The mental in my body started to change with me, and it healed or was taken out magically, is the way that I remember it. It just dissolved out of me because the new ascension just changed it to not even need to be there anymore in my leg or my body. My body just grew and changed into the perfect form that it's always been. and needed to be, and same for hers. And so that's a really cool focus that we both noticed. The next thing that I would focus and be aware of is before I met her, or around the same time I did. I don't know what came first. I don't even remember anymore. All I know is the form of it. It doesn't matter. It was awesome, and it happened in whatever order it was meant to, and even better than what I'm describing it as. An individual came to my home, being inspired to, and I had a vision of this individual driving the car, or someone else that may have gave him the car or connection to this as well. And I don't know who those individuals were. I met them that one time, and we became very bonded, and they have gone their path and did what they felt they needed. And there's times that we see each other and we remember each other again and we thank, but they aren't worried whether we associate with them or not. We associate with whoever we feel we should, and they're okay with that. They just did this to help. They did it freely. I was provided the funds and everything that I required at the time of whatever that time period required me to have. It was very harmonious, and I'm not giving any labels of how or in what way it was, because it was just whatever it was. It was so awesome. And what happened is the relating of my body energy right now is even noticing and feeling it and remembering it, as if it's already been that way and already is that way. So what occurred is I received the funds, and it came into the atmosphere of whatever I was in at the time. And it got me out of the lifetime that I was in, and it got me into a better form of life. My memory remembers that it was the time that I was in an apartment, and then I got out of that apartment and then into the house, and it was provided to me as a gift, freely given, and funds, tax-free, whatever was allowed at the time. But whatever wasn't allowed, I had the funds and needs to cover any tax or requirements that were required at the time. But there was it was harmonious energy regardless. That's why I don't remember it too much, because I covered all that needs to be covered. It was pretty cool. I had the records. Now, none of that is really needed anymore. So that's why I'm not really worried about that time frame, because that lifetime doesn't exist. It's changed, it's healed, and now it's fully free, and we're all okay, and it's a free society and a free realm that we're all now part of, a peaceful realm. And so what is really great is what I remember is having my higher form tell me that this was supposed to happen and what I would do, and then I did certain things and how to focus and how to be. And so I keep doing that like I'm doing right now, and I focus on that memories of the good and the focus of it being, and I keep it general. I don't define it until I know the definition and remember what the defining of it was. And so what is really cool is it was just amazing. So the funds were given. It was slid under my door, to my knowledge, was one of the things that were done. Whatever was slid under my door got me to go to a certain particular place and be provided those particular things. To my recollection, the first focus was me getting it from someone, and then they were outside and I got the car that way. I don't even remember how it happened anymore, because that was the focus that I hoped for, and it was very similar to that, but it was even better than that. And so it's hard to know which form of timeline it was that it happened in, because so many timelines are now one. And so what occurred was I was given all the forms of life that I required, and it was peaceful for that form of timeline. And then what occurred was then I ended up having help to take care of any requirements of law or auditing or whatever. I had resources, I had people and beings that helped me with that. And it just happened. And that's the same time I met her, is around that time. And then what she did for me is, after we got to know each other, after those 3-day time frames, we started to talk about how we wanted a life. And within like that amount of time, we knew. And if it took a little bit longer, it felt really fast. But if it did take a little bit longer, we were okay about it. We knew what needed to be done, and we had a fun time with our dating experience, no matter how long or short it was. And what occurred was we ended up getting into the desire to have a Disney type of fairy tale wedding. But it was more peaceful and harmonious at the time. And we didn't worry about any of the controls or things that people talked about that Disney was connected to, because Disney changed as we believed the change was happening for Disney. And we focused on the good of Disney, not the evils that were connected to it. And then that Disney form changed into the better form of Disney. And it was very cool, and it just happened really quickly. The movies, the shows, everything just went the direction that it was meant to go. Everything was peaceful, everything was awesome, everything was powerful, everything was just immensely, amazingly profound and loving and peaceful. So that's what happened. That's what occurred. That's the direction that path ended up going in and ended up creating in. And we all ended up creating that path or that direction. We all became that path and direction. We all were safe and secure and okay. So that's what was really awesome. It was just a very powerful, peaceful change, and it was very easy. All those that thwarted these effects came and apologized to all of us, to me and her and anybody that was in our life that was affected. And I'm sure they probably went to you too. The whole thing is we all were loved and appreciated, and it was just so cool. And so focusing on that, it was just this power energy, and I feel it now, and I know that it's in my heart and yours. And you can just feel your heart tugging at you, telling you that is real to you and me. And so what it was I saw this form of peace. And the next thing that occurred was she and I had these dates that we did, and scavenger hunts that she set up. And then she invited my family or others that were willing or wanting to come and to focus briefly in the way that we wanted that in. And we dealt with anything else that was there, and we loved it, and it was peaceful, and we handled it really well. And it made our family more loving and caring and more peaceful around us for those that accepted us for us. And then we both were able to heal each other, feel each other, and love each other, and feel free and safe with one another. And we felt free, we felt safe, we felt loved, we felt healed, we felt directed. And so the next thing that we directed in and became part of was this. We became part of a new form of direction and a new form of being and a new form of respect. And those that realized they lacked the respect in us apologized. And we were like, oh, you're okay. You're good. And it was just really great, because people that we knew on the internet and on social medias and everybody that realized that they lacked the realization of us, we just said, it's okay. We hope the best for you, and we bless the best for you. And we'll meditate for you and help you in that way. We're going the path that we have known is good for us, and that's where we're going. And so we didn't, many tried to get things from us or expect things from us or hope things from us because now we're successful, now we're amazing. And they wanted the same. And we told them how they could, and we gave them some funds that we felt was applicable to help for what they needed. And we did our best to have belief, and we blessed the funds that no matter what they use the funds on, that those funds would be used, and bless those that it is given to and used for. Even if those companies or those things they invest or do it to aren't good or evil forms. When those monies are being used and provided because it was freely given from us, those companies start to change and become healed from the healing of our funds and blessing of that money, that anything that is used by that money and wherever it goes on those funds or currencies, that they now will bless those individuals. And I do that with all the money I have or have had at the time. So that is so great. And then anything else I do now, it's the same thing. Same focus for those resources that I give, they're blessed. And then those resources are always used for the blessing of that being an individual that accepts it, takes it. And then they become more efficient for what is good for that purpose of what brings our happiness into being and helps others have the same. Freely given, no strings attached, just what we knew was okay. And it was really easy. It was really awesome. We keep doing that. We keep flowing in that direction and directing that direction. So there you go. So the next purpose and the next direction is this. We now go towards a new form of acceptance and a new form of belief and a new form of realization of who we are and what we've always been. So what we do now, or what we've done now, is we now have everything we've always wanted. So at the time, I had everything that I've wanted at that time, and then it just got better, and it was just amazing. So I got the healing I required. I got the funds to take care of things. I got the house and the bath and the shower. All the things that I wanted to have were given. The water systems for my home and everything are just reverse osmosis and even better now. And at the time, they were just amazing focusings of what was needed and the healthiest ever. Even if I didn't know what that was, it was that. And it was really great because it was, like I said, miracles all over. And so when the funds came, there was a nice note that was given under my door. And then I was led to the home. I was led to the house. I was given the car. I was given that spouse. All of those things just happened at the same time. I met her. She met me. We happened to be near each other. We hanged out at each other's houses. We still own our individual places, but we spend time in the form of place that we feel fits with us, and we now are equals, and we use what we feel we want. Now we're just together in the form that we wanted to be, and we have learned when each other needs each other's space for our own ascension purposes, but we usually are never separate. We're always together. Even right now, she's with me. And she's letting me speak my piece and my needs. But she always likes to add her own in and feeling of it. And I know that she'll do that. One of the things that I know is really powerful is she lets me be me, and she lets me express myself the way I want to express myself in. And then she expresses herself. And she knows I don't generally like doing these things by myself on my own. She knows I would prefer to do it with her. with her, and we do that. This one right here is meant for individual purpose for those that are feeling they're in a single form, so that they can know that there is hope and that there is belief, that we can talk about it, and then it creates that reality. And so that's what this is about. And so me and her will do tons of things together, and we have, and we basically focused on having our own channels together. We do all these different things together, and it's just the focus that is how that life is. And so it's so great, because I see that as already happened, already done, now focus. And that is what I know my life is. And so she's just part of that and the main focus of it. And that's the promise. And so with her, she asked me to marry her, and I asked her at the same time. We both are, as she's doing all these secret togetherness, our original focus was our family dreamed about us and knew that we were meant to, and that's how it would fit. But if that's not the way that it really would work, it worked in whatever form would make them accept our acceptance of each other, and they would get intel to accept it and be okay with it. They know. And so I no longer need their acceptance, and she no longer needed her family's acceptance. We just needed each other's acceptance. And that's what was really great. Then the rest just came together. Then our family ended up accepting it, and for whoever was really our family. And any of the fake families that we were part of changed, and our real family showed up and loved us and was always there with us. And they woke up. If they were asleep, they woke up and became awakened and aware, and let us be us, and we let them be them. And it was just more harmonious, more peaceful. So that whole Christ coming thing was something that we hoped to have, but we focused as though whatever was going to happen, even if it wasn't that me and her had that peaceful life that is. And I'm just telling you, it's better than anything you and anybody have ever been told. And it's just amazing. The focus is just powerful. What occurred was awesome. More than you could ever fathom. And I'm not going to tell you what happened, because that is something that you will witness for yourself, and are meant to witness for yourself in the way that you have wanted to. So cool. And so blessing things into being, I bless that for you, and I bless me for that now, for all these things that I just mentioned, for the past expression of this, so that this moment is now today. And this moment is, the more that we say that it is, and the more people hear it and think it with me. Bless it into being now, now, now. Bless it into being now, now, now. Bless it into being now, now, now. We just keep repeating it now, 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 now. Yay, 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 yay. It's already happened. It's already happened. You know, focus and creating it. The moment is now. It's in our life now. We have it now. It's at our doorstep. It's in our life. Every focus, every thought, every direction we have hoped for is part of us. We are that which mattered. And as soon as we woken up to that fact and forgiven ourselves for anything that we felt we were holding ourselves back in, we free ourselves from any shame, belittlement, doubts, or judgments, and we freed the rest of humanity and beyond. That's how great this power of focus is. So one of the things that I really loved that she did was she set up this whole amazing show for me, and then this scavenger hunt thing, and massage, and all these fun things, and hotel visit. that I had with. She went and did all these other things, and then I did something similar for her. She told me she wanted, because I'm not really good with those kind of things. She is. She was way good at it, but she told me what she would want, and I did my best, and I had her friends or other people that knew her that would help me with it, and we were able to do that for her in the way that she wanted, and it was really great for her too, and she got to have what I got to have, and she did for me first. And I tried to do things for her before, and we did good, and she appreciated everything I did for her more than any other girl ever has. But I forgive all those other girls. They needed their happiness, and now they have their equivalent happiness to fit them. And so it's okay. They have their happiness. They have their shining knight. And for me, I'm her knight in shining armor, whatever she sees me as. And I just love her. And she loves, we're just equals. We're a oneness. And so the next thing that me and her really loved was we were drawn to telepathic child that we were drawn to be there for, that was in our life in whatever way that child was. And I helped her and she helped me, and the focus was just so harmonious and peaceful that none of us were afraid for that experience. So the next thing that we focus on is we don't worry about what other people think or feel or have said or think that we're saying or doing. We have held to it as much as we could, and we held tight to that focus and that life. Any of those threats or thoughts and feelings of others that had about us, we forgave and pushed them aside, and we stood up for one another and brought each other and willed each other to each other, even if horrible things were trying to be created, and we saved us from that damnation or harm that others wanted or thought of us in. And that was the coolest ever focus, because we did that even before we met each other. And that's how we knew each other, because we saw that and felt that about each other. And we tell others you should do that for what you want. Say that to yourself, even when you feel you don't have it. Act as though you do. Talk about it as though it's real. And so that's why and how I do those focuses now. And it's just so cool. Because I know that that is the way that you create reality. And so I did that as often as I felt I needed to, and I share that with others. Now, one of the best focuses of making it happen is when you get other people to do that. You talk about your ideas like I'm doing now with the individuals, or have them listen to those and know about that. And then they ask questions, and you go along with giving them more answers to that when they wonder about it. And then the more understanding it is, the better it creates it. But even if they don't understand, it still creates through focus that even if I'm thinking it wrong for that individual, you think in your thought, let it be for what they know is needed. Even if I'm perceiving what they're saying wrongly or focusing on it wrong, let it be their way of healing for them. And when you do it in that focus, it helps. So I know that there are people out there that will do this. And so I let it be known. And then I am that way for others that reach out to me and want me to do that for them, and me and her do that for them. It's just really great. So for the time that I was single and the time that you may be listening to me in, that time was really, really a difficult time. So having it being done and being said in this manner is important. And so focus on that individual at that time and heal them right now. Bless Sam, bless Sam, bless Sam, bless all Sams, all realities, all forms. They are now healed. All forms who say they are Sam, bless the real Sam of whoever the real Sam is, and the ones that are connected to that Sam that is a peaceful Sam, and any other forms of Sam. Clones, non-clones, whatever. And free them all. Free them all. They're all healed and freed in the way that they require and desire to be freed in. See, it's just really really takes you to rest and take it in. So there you go. So now we're blessed. Now we're free. Now we're rested and loved and given that power. So what's next is with her and me, we went and we did a nice honeymoon and marriage at Disney Park. I think it was World or somewhere that we felt we wanted to. It might be a new form of park that we went to that we decided it wasn't Disney. To my knowledge, I just remember we did so many things, so many reunions with each other. We did so many anniversaries where we went to different places that I don't even remember where our actual form of wedding, because there was so many timelines where it could have happened so many different ways for the different timelines. I guess the most perfect form of timeline was one of the honeymoon spots that I know we did for our actual honeymoon, and all the most peaceful timeline that I remember was and shall be was going to a bed and breakfast, and we had as part of that honeymoon, and we went there and we enjoyed that. We did. We enjoyed a form of bed and breakfast. Either we made our own or we went to this one, and it's either one or the other, and it's good, or even a combination of it, because we do this a lot. We went and we pampered each other. We went and we went to a vegan organic form of place, and we enjoyed it, and we enjoyed our own beds as well and forms. But anywhere we went on a honeymoon, we enjoyed the beds that they had there. It was just, even if it was different than our preferred, it was still really amazing. And so we had a tub. We always had a tub where we could put the Himalaya salt type soaps and things with us when we went in the water, and we enjoyed it. We always did the oils or the things that would just make us feel amazing in that tub or in that sauna that we chose to be part of, or bubble tub or whatever you want to call it. And we just loved it. It relaxed us. And some of the beds were nice because we always loved vibrational beds, but we did whatever we felt we were drawn to, and so we followed our hearts, and that's what led us to the right places. It was just more magnificent than either of us felt or saw. And so it's awesome. It's great. Anyway, so there you go. So that's what that was. So here's what I would recommend and focus on and hope for. We didn't worry about funds necessarily when we met each other. We loved each other when we first met or knew. We didn't care about the money or the funds we had. We met each other at the right time, regardless of lack of funds or if funds, in all the different realities. And we met each other and we manifested. If the reality required us to have the funds and then be with each other, because then we could handle each other more, then that's what it was. If the reality was where we knew each other before then and had no funds, we met each other that way. But it didn't matter how we met each other, it worked out. And we knew it would. And we trusted that it would. And we blessed it for each other. And we didn't, if the other doubted something, we made up the doubt for the others so that they didn't have to doubt anymore. And they failed. And even if something failed, we didn't blame the other for the failure of it. We helped each other reach each other up into the happiness, and we lifted each other up in those ways. We loved one another, and we still do. And it's just an amazing way to focus about each other. So that was the focus. So the healing realities of all realms merging and coming into a different form was just amazing, because we have all the memories, all the different lifetimes of all the forms of those realities. It's just the most peaceful reality. But in the timeline we're focusing on and being aware of, Blessing that into being is so important. So let's do that now for all those timelines that are struggling and needing that reality. I bless it. It is now given for those realities. We're talking as though it is now and it's already happened. That reality in that form itself has that desired life that we are speaking of right now and that they are bringing up as a reality already happened. It's already happened. It's already happened. It's already happened. It's already done. It's already done. It's already done. Now. The funds, the car, the meanings, anything that was taken from them is given back to them. Anything that others are enjoying having, they're giving over to that individual, and now they have something better so that they can give up that and be free and healed. We are now good to go. We're good. We're peaceful. We're amazing beings. So it's so peaceful. It's so beautiful. It's so awesome. And so the focus is that. We focus on healing. We focus on peace. We focus on reality. And so there you go. And so for those of you, regardless what timeline you're in right now that are hearing this message, you can call me. I'm going to give you the phone number of the timeline that we're focusing on. The 801-499-4494. Call that phone number for all the timelines connected to that phone number, and you'll get Sam for those that hear this message. There might be another different phone number, and that phone number has already been addressed in another timeline phone given in those times. So you're hearing that phone number. Others are hearing this phone number. So it doesn't matter what phone number you're hearing. This is a phone number that you can call and work with that individual Sam now. And his name is Samuel Durbitz. He's got the channels of Samuel Durbitz and Samuel Loomis Newly Awakened. Also, you can email him at durbitzsamuel@gmail.com. And you can work with him. You can share your stories. You can do those things that you feel you need to let the world know at the time of what you're going through and your experiences that may be similar to this, and manifest your own reality and have that Sam share that when that Sam is ready to. But the sooner that Sam is healed and you're healed, he'll be able to do more, and I can do more through that Sam because I am that Sam. So that is the focus I focus on with my higher self and the form that I am and have been. And now we are now in the line that is coming into pass. Also, if you think you are that girl that's meant to be, call that Sam, find that Sam, get a hold of the Sam. You'll meet him and you'll be able to heal faster. And if he is not that individual, bless that they get each other. And he feels the same for you. And I do right now. So I bless us all. We're all good. We're all done. So there's my life. It's so great, so fun, doing all the romantic things, and just amazing things just happened. Just the focus, even things I haven't said happened for that time, and they already are. So now, blessed into being, now. Thank you. Appreciate it, God. Appreciate it, universe. Appreciate it, higher forms that are equal to us. Appreciation to all that hear. Thank you for your time. I bless you now. I bless us all. There we go. Okay, so that's the focus of that reality. I bless you. I care about you. Take care.